Lightsaber was the legendary weapon of the Jedi Order. It was meant to be a weapon to maintain order and peace, and to be used to protect and serve, never to destroy. The lightsaber represented the Order's purpose, and the purpose of any Jedi, to achieve grace and control. On the opposite end, the Sith used the weapon for more sinister purposes, as they conquered entire worlds and species wielding their crimson blades. Along with this, the Sith and other Darksiders also grew more creative with their lightsabers, as they desired to outduel their light side counterparts, and to tear them apart using the unorthodox. Because of this, the Sith heavily experimented with the lightsaber and its various designs, creating even more dangerous variants of the weapon. What resulted was the creation of the Light Whip. The Light Whip was an extremely deadly and powerful lightsaber variant, only used to destroy, with no desire to create or protect. The weapon was extremely unstable and posed nearly as much a threat to the wielder as it did their enemies. The weapon almost seemed to represent pure fury. Unlike a regular lightsaber, which contains a single or multiple large kyber crystals, Light Whips have upwards of 5 smaller crystals within them that ensure that the blades stay flexible. By dividing the power of the crystals so many times, a Light Whip is formed, and the blade is allowed to move freely. The Light Whip was created for the sole purpose of destroying other lightsaber wielders, as it made parries and blocks nearly impossible, as the blade would entangle around a regular lightsaber. Oftentimes, a Light Whip practitioner would carry a standard lightsaber with them for defense, but the Light Whip was solely an offensive weapon. This fundamentally went against the teachings of the Jedi, who only saw the Light Whip as a cruel and savage weapon, only used for the art of killing, never for protection. The first appearance of the Light Whip was around 1,000 years before the birth of Luke Skywalker, where a former Jedi Knight named Githany abandoned the Order in favor of a new Sith Empire. Githany would use the weapon to great success over her career as a Dark Lady, killing many Jedi upon its blade. After seeing Githany in action, the Jedi Order would emphasize that students stay away from practicing with the Light Whip at all costs, as it was extremely difficult to use and could almost as easily kill the practitioner. For this reason, the study of the weapon was forbidden by the Jedi Council. Still though, the Sith continued to use the Light Whip with pride. In addition to the Sith using the weapon, several Night Sisters would also use a Light Whip with the sole purpose of killing Jedi Knights. The weapon was considered one of the best at killing Jedi, as they were extremely difficult to defend against. In most cases, a Jedi could only hope to defeat a Light Whip practitioner by falling back on their Force abilities, or through strength in numbers. In the days of the Galactic Empire, the Light Whip would again return, as Darth Vader's secret apprentice, Lady Lumaya, would construct a Light Whip and use it several times against Luke Skywalker. On several occasions, the weapon nearly killed Luke, despite him being one of the most gifted lightsaber duelists in galactic history. Again, this was because the weapon was personalized to kill Jedi, even the greatest of the Jedi. Lumaya's Light Whip was especially deadly, as it contained multiple tassels and blades, as opposed to just a single one. This meant that when Lumaya attacked, she could do so from nearly all angles, despite only having a single weapon. Eventually though, Luke discovered the secret to stopping the Light Whip, creating a second, shorter lightsaber known as the Lightsaber Shodo that he used to defend himself while attacking with his regular blade. Luke also learned that if he attacked with enough force and brute strength behind his blows, he could temporarily short out the weapon. It were these discoveries that eventually led to the defeat of Lumaya. Still though, even Luke forbade training with the weapon, as its sole purpose was to destroy, and the lack of defense went against everything a Jedi fundamentally stood for. A Jedi uses the Force and their lightsaber only for defense, never for attack, and the Light Whip is solely an offensive weapon, meant to maim or kill, and do so in brutal fashion. So what are your thoughts on the Light Whip, and why the Jedi forbade its use in the Order? Also, what are your thoughts on the Sith exploiting this and using the weapon to butcher Jedi for centuries? And as a final question for the end of the video, who do you think was the most aggressive lightsaber duelist we have seen in the films and books? And do you believe a Light Whip would suit them well or not? Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed and want to help the channel out, be sure to hit the like button. If you would like to see more Star Wars explanation videos and stay up to date with all the Star Wars news from The Last Jedi to Star Wars Rebels, hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to turn on notifications to see everything as soon as it comes out, and to make sure that you become a living holocron today. If you would like to get in direct contact with me, follow me on Twitter, where we discuss all things Star Wars and debate with one another on the various topics concerning the universe. If you have any video ideas you want to see explored, leave them in the comments below the video with hashtag suggestion at the end of your comment so I can find it better. If you do end up leaving a suggestion, I really appreciate it and hope to one day make a full video dedicated to your question or suggested topic. Thanks again just for simply watching the video and your continued support on this Star Wars journey. May the Force be with you and have a great day.